In every village there are treasures. They do not gleam like gold. They are not locked away in chests. These treasures walk among us. They sit on front porches. They tend to their small gardens. They are our elders. They are the living libraries of our community. Their minds filled with stories and lessons that you cannot find in any book or on any screen. Their skin may be wrinkled, a roadmap of the years they have lived, but their eyes hold a special kind of light. It is the light of experience, of having seen seasons change, not just in the weather, but in life itself. They have seen joy, sorrow, triumph, and failure, and through it all they have learned. They have gathered wisdom, the way a person might gather smooth, beautiful stones from a riverbed. We often rush past them. We are busy with our own lives, our phones, our plans for tomorrow. We see them as old, perhaps a little slow. We forget that they were once young, just like us. They had dreams. They made mistakes. They fell in love. They built the very world we now inhabit. Each elder is a connection to a world that is slipping away, a world of different rhythms and different values. They hold the keys to understanding where we came from. Without them, we are like trees with no roots. The greatest wisdom is often spoken in the softest voice. The wisdom of our elders often comes to us wrapped in a story. It is not delivered like a lecture or a textbook lesson. It unfolds slowly, like a well-loved blanket, during a quiet afternoon. Old Man Hemlock, who lives at the end of the lane, does not tell you, "Be honest." Instead, he tells you the story of the two brothers who found a purse of gold on the road. One wanted to keep it secret, the other to find its owner. He tells you of the sleepless nights the dishonest brother had, and the peace the honest one felt. Through his tale, the lesson lands not in your head, but in your heart. You feel the weight of the lie and the lightness of the truth. These stories are more than just entertainment. They are the moral and cultural DNA of our village. They carry our history, our values, our identity from one soul to another. When Grandma Alara speaks, she weaves a tapestry of the past. She tells of the great flood of '88. The flood itself, neighbors who had not spoken in years came together to build a human chain to save a child's dog. She shows us, through her words, that community is not a concept. It is an action. It is a choice we make when things are hard. These are the tales that teach us who we are meant to be when we are at our best. The elders offer us stories of caution and stories of hope. They are the keepers of both. They remember the year the crops failed because the village tried a new, unproven seed touted as a miracle. The story is not told to scare us away from progress, but to remind us to blend the new with the old, to respect the knowledge that has been proven over generations. Then, in the next breath, they will tell you of a time when all seemed lost, when the harvest was meager and spirits were low, but a single act of kindness, the sharing of a loaf of bread, sparked a chain of generosity that saw the entire village through the winter. And so, we learn. We learn that courage is not the absence of fear, but acting in spite of it. We learn that wealth is not measured in coin, but in relationships. We learn that patience is a virtue that yields the sweetest fruit. Our elders hold a different kind of knowledge, one that is written in the earth and the air. It is a wisdom that comes from a lifetime of observation, of paying attention to the world in a way we have forgotten. They did not learn it from an app or a website. They learned it from the land itself. Old Man Fitzwilliam can look at the way the leaves on the maple tree curl and tell you if rain is coming. He does not need a weather forecast. His forecast is in the rustle of the wind, the behavior of the birds, the color of the clouds at sunset. This is not magic. It is a deep, intimate connection with the natural world. This wisdom extends to the garden, to the very food we eat. Young farmers might have books on crop rotation and soil pH, and these are good things. But an elder like Mrs. Gable knows more. She knows that planting marigolds near the tomatoes keeps certain pests away. She knows that the beans planted in the west field grow sweeter than those in the east field, for reasons no scientist has bothered to chart. She can tell by the feel of the soil in her hands if it is tired and needs to rest. This is a knowledge passed down not in manuals, but from hand to hand, from one generation of gardener to the next. A few years back, a group of young, enthusiastic villagers decided to clear the old thicket by the creek to make more room for planting. It seemed like a good idea, a modern, efficient approach, but the elders warned against it. They spoke of how that thicket held the soil in place, how its roots drank up the excess water during the spring thaw. They were ignored. That next spring, the creek overflowed its banks for the first time in 50 years, flooding the new fields and washing away the topsoil. The mistake was costly, and the lesson was hard learned. The elders were not angry, they were simply sad that their wisdom had been overlooked. This is why their knowledge is so vital. It is a practical, living wisdom that sustains us. It teaches us to work with nature, not against it. It reminds us that we are part of a larger ecosystem. Their secrets are nature's secrets, revealed to those who are patient enough to watch and to listen. In our world of instant gratification, patience feels like a forgotten art. We want everything now. We tap our feet in line. We get frustrated when a web page takes 3 seconds to load. But the elders, they move to a different rhythm. They are masters of patience, and their lives are a testament to its power. Watch an elder mend a piece of clothing. They do not rush. Each stitch is deliberate, careful, and precise. They are not just fixing a tear, they are teaching a lesson. They are showing us that things of value are worth repairing, not discarding. They are showing us that taking your time leads to a stronger, more beautiful result. This lesson in patience extends far beyond sewing. Relationships, personal growth, solving problems. When two young neighbors were arguing fiercely over a fence line, ready to involve lawyers, it was an elder who intervened. He did not take sides. He simply invited them both for tea day after day. He let them talk. He let them shout. He just sat there, listening patiently. Slowly, over many cups of tea, the anger subsided. They began to remember their shared history, the times their children had played together. The problem was solved not with a quick judgment, but with the slow healing balm of time and shared space, orchestrated by a patient hand. We live in a complex world, filled with problems that feel entirely new. Social media addiction, career burnout, a sense of disconnection despite being more connected than ever. We look for solutions in new technologies, self-help books, complicated therapies. But sometimes the most effective solutions aren't new. They are ancient and simple, waiting in the wisdom of our elders. Their world was different, but the human heart they knew is the same one that beats in our chests today. Consider the modern problem of loneliness. Hundreds of friends online, yet utterly alone. What is the elder's solution? Not an app, a front porch, sitting outside, being available, greeting neighbors as they pass, joining a community choir, a gardening club, community built face-to-face. Friendship isn't about collecting contacts. It's cultivating relationships, slowly and intentionally, like tending a garden. Think about pressure to be constantly on, to achieve and produce without rest. This leads to burnout, anxiety, a sense we're never doing enough. The elders offer a different model, wisdom of seasons, a time for planting, a time for harvest, a time to let fields lie fallow. They teach rest, Sabbath, unproductive time, value not only in doing, also in being. Their guidance helps us find balance, not wasted, necessary for the soul to recover and replenish. Overwhelmed by endless negative news from around the world? An elder might guide us back to what we can control. Tend your own garden first, they might say. Not a call to ignorance, a lesson in focus and agency. Make the most difference in your own small corner. Family, neighborhood. Focus on local, tangible acts of goodness. Knowing that the elders hold great wisdom is one thing. Knowing how to access it is another. For many young people, approaching an elder can feel intimidating. What do I say? Will they want to talk to me? Will I be bothering them? But the truth is, most elders are more than willing to share. They are often waiting, hoping for someone to ask. Start small and be genuine. Approach them with respect and an open heart. One of the easiest ways to begin is to ask for help or advice on something practical. It shows that you value their skills and experience. This is not a trick. It is a genuine exchange. You receive practical wisdom. They feel needed and valued. Building a relationship with an elder does not require grand gestures. It is woven from the threads of small, consistent, simple acts of kindness and attention. It is about integrating them into the fabric of your daily or weekly life, making connection a habit rather than a special occasion. One of the most meaningful things you can do is to share your time. Commit to visiting an elder regularly, even if it is just for 15 minutes once a week. You can help them with a small chore, like bringing in their mail, watering their plants, taking out their trash. Another beautiful way to connect is by sharing activities, working on a puzzle together, playing a game of cards, listening to old music. You could ask them to teach you a skill they possess, like knitting, baking a family recipe, identifying local birds. Sharing a meal is also a powerful connector. Breaking bread together has been a cornerstone of community since the beginning of time. Technology, when used thoughtfully, can also be a bridge. Many young people can offer help with modern gadgets that may be confusing to an elder. You can help them set up a video call with a faraway relative, organize their digital photos, find music from their youth online. This reverses the role, allowing the young person to be the teacher. This exchange of skills fosters mutual respect and demonstrates that both generations have valuable knowledge to share. As we stand here today on this day in 2025, we look toward the future. We dream of a world that is kinder, wiser, and more connected. But perhaps the most important resource for building a better future is not new at all. It is ancient. It is the accumulated wisdom of our elders. A future that ignores their lessons is a future built on sand, vulnerable and without a foundation. A future that honors their wisdom is a future built on solid rock. Imagine a village where every young person has an elder they can turn to for advice. Imagine a place where the stories of the past are not forgotten, but are told and retold, guiding the choices of the present. Imagine a community where the patience of a grandmother, the practical knowledge of a grandfather, are seen as just as valuable as a college degree or a fast internet connection. This is not a fantasy. This is a choice. It is a future we can begin building today with a simple conversation, a shared cup of tea, a listening ear. It begins when we see our elders not as relics of the past, but as essential guides for the path ahead. The secrets of the elders are not complicated. They are secrets of the human heart. Be kind, be patient, listen more than you speak, cherish your community, and respect the earth that sustains you. By embracing these lessons, we do more than just honor our elders. We honor the best parts of ourselves. We build a society that values people over possessions and wisdom over information. So let us make a promise. Let us promise to slow down. Let us promise to listen. Let us promise to seek out the living libraries in our own communities and learn their stories. The future is not a straight line we race along. It is a beautiful, intricate tapestry. The vibrant, strong threads of tomorrow must be woven together with the rich, deep-hued threads of yesterday. Our elders hold those threads in their hands, waiting patiently for us to learn how to weave. The future is bright, and it will be all the brighter when lit by the lamp of their wisdom. The conversation is waiting to happen. All we have to do is begin.